Good afternoon and welcome to GrainTV. It's May 8th, 2013. To my left is Logan Burgess and I'm Brock Shimbino. We had a mixed trade in Chicago. Let's turn over to Fire Tip to see how we ended. Corn was down 7 cents, soybeans up 8.5, wheat in Chicago down 3 cents, and Kansas City was up 2 1/4. Logan, we didn't have a whole lot of new fundamental news here come across the news wires.
Yep.
One thing that we did see is a new crop sale of soybeans going to China for 115,000 metric tons. But for old crop, the only thing that we really had out there was for corn. The EIA ethanol numbers came out this morning.
Yeah, we did get those numbers here. Let's jump right into the model that we've been tracking throughout the marketing year. As you can see, production backed off a little bit week over week from where we saw it 2 weeks ago. Today's number reported 843,000 barrels per day. As you can see, beating our projection a little bit here today. And as you can see, ethanol production has really picked up in the last 4 or 5 weeks. Even though we did have an ethanol margin back off now below $2 per bushel in Iowa. So we'll keep an eye on that here moving forward, but certainly expectations are for continuing strong ethanol production here for the next several weeks. With that being said, our models are still projecting that the USDA's overestimated ethanol use of corn by about 50 million bushels, and we'll keep you posted on that. But today, in terms of old crop corn, not really big enough number there to really give the corn market that much support. As you said, we saw July futures trade down 7 cents. And if we take a look here at the new crop, those are off 7 1/4 there. And certainly it seems like planting, we're going to see a lot of planting pace made up here over this week. I know in our office today things were very quiet. We had a lot of guys out in the fields working. And certainly it seems like these new crop futures could have a ways to go lower. Keep in mind that we have analyst expectations for Friday's WASDE report to show ending stocks for 13-14 at 1.99 billion bushels, substantially higher than where they are right now, and that's certainly going to weigh on price. So I think in light of the pace we're going to make this week and how soil conditions have improved quite a bit here recently, I know you talked about that yesterday, certainly it's time for a little bit of concern about new crop futures. We've seen a little bit of a rally here with last week's action, and it might not be a bad time, I guess, to take a look at things there. Brock, turning our attention here to soybeans, we did see new crop soybeans old crop show a little bit of strength here today. Certainly some technical areas, though, shaping up to watch.
Yeah, we were watching the technicals here today. If we turn our attention to the July daily soybean contract here and take a look at the candlestick chart, you can see that this last bar is what we were looking at for today. This red line coming in here is a 50-day moving average that did provide just a little bit of resistance initially, but once we broke through that, we actually accelerated the buying, moved a little bit higher, and we actually ended up meeting resistance right here against this trend line that we have drawn off the highs, the most recent highs. We turn over to the 5-minute chart for that same soybean July contract. You can see this is where that that moving average came in right at 13.96. You can see we initially met resistance here. Did fall back just a little bit, but once we did break through, we did end up going up and testing that resistance level from the trend line right here at 14.01. So that's going to be a couple areas we're going to want to watch moving forward. Yeah. In particular, that 14.01 area, if we continue to try to rally and get up to that level again, I think that's going to once again provide resistance here moving forward. Yeah,
the fundamentals I think right now are kind of in line with capping this soybean market. We have a couple stories right now in the trade that old crop beans right now are en route to the U.S. from South America. Certainly not good for U.S. price action here. So that should be something that's going to weigh on the market a little bit here. And fundamentally, we don't have a lot else to go on right now. I think we're still kind of feeling the tail effects from the Chinese bird flu scare there that put a hamper on old crop prices as well. So in general, keep an eye here on those two price levels that Brock mentioned. I think if we do get a rally here in the next couple of days or weeks to those price levels, that'll be an important area to watch. And if you're holding on to old crop beans, it might not be a bad time to just think about maybe making a few sales. If you have any questions about that, feel free to give us a call here at the office. Our number is 877-472-4607. In general, tomorrow we have the USDA export sales report coming down the pipe, and then as we said on Friday, we'll get the USDA WASDE report. Thanks a lot for joining us here for a Wednesday. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.